Queen of Queens who built a city under her feet, South Jamaica, Queens, where the stairwells smell like fear and the elevators carry secrets. In a world where loyalty is leased and power is paid for in blood, one woman built an empire that ran under the concrete. Matriarch, mastermind, mother, Raquel Raq Thomas. They called her ruthless, calculated, unbreakable, and they were right. But this is what they never understood. Every ruthless decision started with a wound. Backstory uncovered. Raquel Raq Thomas, the origin. Disclaimer: we're analyzing fictional characters and storylines from the PowerUniverse for commentary and entertainment. Broken beginnings, the making of a matriarch. Before the crown, there was a crater. Raq's father died by suicide. Her mother Joyce shut down, turned neglectful, and the house went cold. The eldest Marvin stepped in, 13 years old, and already choosing between hunger and hustling. He chose the streets so his family could eat. Raq grew up fast. She wasn't the oldest, but she became the alpha. Rules were armor. Loyalty was law. And in her world, family and workers lived under the same commandments: fall in line or feel the consequence. First lessons in power: DEFCON, secrets, and survival. At 16, Raq got with Rondell DEFCON Stark, Queen's royalty. She had a son, Kanan. The streets believed Kanan was DEFCON's heir, but truth was carrying a badge. Detective Malcolm Howard, the cop investigating DEFCON, was Kanan's real father. DEFCON kept Raq at arm's length during her pregnancy, a loyalty test. He was also secretly gay and used Raq as cover to keep his legend clean. The optics worked. The lie stuck. When DEFCON went to prison, Raq stayed moving with Marvin and Lulu. Then Marvin fell into the never-ending cycle of the system and got locked up, and Raq did what leaders do: raised his daughter, Laverne Jukebox, until he came home. High Post and the Battery Sock. Before the crown, there was High Post, Raq's boyfriend, who brought her deeper into the drug business, counting money, moving work, building a pipeline. Kanan liked him. He treated Raq right. Then came 1985. Kanan walked in crying, robbed, beaten. Post said, "Not every kid is built for the South Side." Raq said, "My son is." She put a sock full of batteries in his hand and watched from the stoop, smoke curling from her lips, while he earned back his respect. It was brutal. It was South Side. It was a mother teaching survival in a place that eats boys alive. 1986. Post is killed on a rumor of snitching. The throne room clears. Raq steps forward. The apartment above the empire. How she engineered Queens. Raq didn't just run corners. She rewired the architecture. She took over a housing project and turned it into an invisible machine. Then, the genius move. Buy the apartment directly beneath her own and drill a hidden hole in the floor. Product, cash, steal, drop it through on a moment's notice. Police raid upstairs, the evidence disappears down. Marvin handled cleanup in the darkest ways. Bodies in walls of vacant units. The projects weren't just home, they were vaults, tunnels, graves. Lulu ran fronts, studios, nightlife. The respectable face over a pulsing artery of cash. Raq's mantra, "My way or the highway." And highways in Queens often ended in obituaries. The Mother and the Mirror. 1991. Principal Dr. Loretta West calls. Kanan's got the smarts for Stuyvesant. Raq beams, signs him up. She wants something bigger for him than sirens and secrets. But Queens pulls back hard. A soldier named Born Ready catches a bullet in Unique's crossfire. In the hospital, Raq tries peace. Marvin wants war. At a nightclub, business gets messy with Tony Deep. Raq sends Scrappy to make a point. At the bar, she meets Symphony Bosket. soft light in a hard life. Then Buck 20 drives by Lamont's diner and pops warning shots. Raq checks Kanan in the bedroom later, promises protection, forbids the game. But the streets don't honor promises. Not there. A night later, Kanan and D-Wiz kill Buck over what Kanan thought was still his mother's corner. Raq hears it from Lulu mid-date, tells Symphony to settle the tab, races home to scrub blood from her boy's shirt. Soon after, men spray the block. Raq grabs the heater, trades fire, and Kanan lives. Detective Malcolm Howard arrives with questions Raq won't answer. Down at the beach, waves hiss like silenced guns as Raq puts a pistol in Kanan's hands. Lesson 1: if you're in, you're all the way in. Expansion, Italians, and New Jersey pressure. Power escalates. Raq gains control of the flow, but the foundation shakes. Howard survives the Season 1 shooting and starts reaching for Kanan. Detective Burke hunts the truth. Lulu chases music. Marvin claws back Jukebox's trust. Raq pushes into New Jersey, and the Italians push back. Lines blur between business and war. She outnegotiates, outmaneuvers, but every favor costs blood. Love, exit plans, and the debt that follows. To the streets, she's ice cold. To Kanan, she's everything. Raq tries an exit strategy, even romance with Unique, but the game won't let go. Snaps and pops stir the pot. Kanan's blinders come off. He learns Howard is his father and leaves Raq's orbit, weed delivery, his rules. Raq borrows from Stefano to stay liquid and keep chasing her son's safety. Meanwhile, Unique barely survives a vicious beating by Ronnie and crawls to a payphone for help. Marvin gets a secret page. Stefano needs a problem solved. The target? A made man married to Stefano's daughter. Mafia rules tie Stefano's hands. Marvin becomes the hammer. He delivers the beating, earns respect, and Stefano keeps Raq in the dark. Then a quieter storm. Raq vomiting. Tests confirm it. Pregnant, and the father is Unique. At the clinic, she opts for abortion. Tells the doctor the father is dead. A nurse is shocked by her calm. Raq admits it's not her first. She had an off-the-record abortion when she was very young. Power demands sacrifices nobody sees. Allow me to reintroduce myself. Queens freezes. A ghost walks in. Unique, thought dead after Ronnie, returns mentally altered and merciless. He blames Raq for the betrayal and starts dismantling her empire like an engineer pulling wires. Corners seized. Supply strangled. Andre, her lawyer, murdered. Richard and Sonny, who ran her laundering spot, executed. OC, an informant in her ranks, feeding him everything. Alliances formed with old foes. Quan, Phil Russo, a coalition built to erase Raq. And then the moment that took the breath out of Queens. Unique in Raq's kitchen, gun drawn, calm as winter. Not a robbery, a revelation. I run this now. The Jersey War and a wounded crown. As Unique squeezed from within, a New Jersey cartel crashed the gates from without. Drive-bys at the project, stash hijacks on the turnpike, hallway ambushes in the towers she once owned. In a ruthless exchange outside a stash location, Raq takes a bullet, shoulder shot. She won't fall. From the hospital bed, she signs orders like death warrants. Torch their stash houses, grab their couriers, squeeze their roots dry. It's the first time the Queen bleeds where everyone can see it. The myth cracks, but the will hardens. The cost, murders, moves, and consequences. Raq's ledger is written in names. Gabriel Ayala for Juliana. Scrappy, executed over a whisper of snitching, per Howard. Cartier Farid, removed to clear the lane, with Lulu holding the other gun. An Italian soldier in a mob war. Juliana Ayala for betrayal. Malcolm Howard, shot to protect Marvin. Indirectly, she sets dominoes that topple Buck 20 D-Wiz. She greenlights consequences that turn Frank the Inspector into a meal for the walls after an attempted rape. Crown Camacho goads Lulu to murder with her nudges. Kenya Pierce dies in Italian crossfire meant for Raq. Dario lives because Unique saves her once. Sal Boselli falls with Stefano and Phil Russo, co-signs in the shadows. Sonny and Richard, Andre Barnes, Unique's revenge list. The point isn't tallying bodies, it's understanding the cost of the crown. Mother versus Mirror, the final standoff. By now, the empire is collapsing. Money frozen, corners gone, crews scattered. Marvin blames her pride. Lulu slips into silence. The cartel keeps pressing, Unique keeps hunting. And Kanan, he's done making excuses for her. He sees dead friends. Famous, Crystal D-Wiz, broken truths, a stolen childhood. He sees a queen where he needed a mother. In the final scene, mother and son stand in the house where all the lies were told. Rage grief. A lifetime of orders, secrets, and sacrifices boiling over. Kanan raises the gun. A single gunshot splits the air. Cut to black. Did he end the legend, or just start a new one? Legacy of a queen. Raq isn't just a name on a corner, she's the blueprint. The matriarch whose rules bound blood and business, whose apartment became a trapdoor supply chain, whose empire flowed beneath her feet. She loved Kanan with a ferocity that remade him and unmade them both. Whether she lives, dies, or becomes a myth doesn't change what Southside already knows. Raquel Thomas, the Queen of Queens. This was Backstory Uncovered. Raquel Raq Thomas, the origin. The matriarch who turned pain into policies, apartments into atrocities, and family into a force. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit the like button and subscribe. Smash the notification bell so you don't miss out on any new videos and more PowerUniverse breakdowns. New episodes air every Friday. Who should we cover next? Drop your picks in the comments. Unique, Tariq, Tasha, or Moni.